Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bad
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with Gameless video game editions? They're like video game editions with the game, with the ground. Like, this is apparently a thing. Like, I full disclosure, I didn't know about this until I saw a video by Jim Sterling talking about these games and mentioning a lot of these games that had these different editions that are passing themselves off as different editions of a game. And apparently they had a bunch of just collectible shit in them. You know, you get the soundtrack and a shirt and some like statue or something, or here's a remote control car. Oh, that's great. I'm glad that's in there. And fucking here's a book with it and all kinds of knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone in there, and it's everything but the fucking game. Hello? Is anybody home? Not the game. They're out in the store. You just got a box of all the shit that's celebrating the shit that you didn't get. And all this stuff is like, this is awesome if you're a fan of this game that we didn't put in here. You know, imagine if you bought like a special edition of like fucking like Star Wars or some shit, and you're like, oh cool, I got a toy Millennium Falcon, and I got all these action figures, and I got a shirt, and I got like a lightsaber keychain, and I got a hat that says I'm with Star Wars, and it points down at me, and I got a lightsaber fleshlight, but there's, you know, like, the movies aren't in it at all, and it's like, what would be the point? Because that's not really an edition of anything. And, you know, maybe if you called it, like, a collector's box or something. But even then, you know, like, I understand at least the idea to have the stuff available for people who want it. That's kind of neat, I suppose. But the idea of pretending like it's an edition of a game is really stupid, because it's not, if there's no game in it. It's just nothing. It's just a box of shit about the game. If anything, called the Gameless edition, I guess. And it's not really an edition, but at least it would make more sense if you need to have the word edition in it. And it's also confusing because of all the different kinds of shit out there. There's already shit like, you know, here's the game. It's like, you get a standard edition, digital edition, deluxe edition, digital deluxe edition, Game of the Year edition. Get the Holy Shnikes edition, you know? Like, there's all these different kinds of, like, versions of the same fucking game. Not to mention going into shit like, well, here's the ports and the remakes and the name changes and the this, that, and the other, the VR and the fucking, I don't know, 3D, HD, VR, 1080p, IPI, PPI, MISSI, PPI, 4K, 8K, 401K. You know, like, it's easy to just look at these and be like, okay, so what about, how do I get the game? How do I get the fucking, I just want the game. And if you accidentally pick this box because you're like, I want to get all the stuff, and you don't realize this thing doesn't have a game in it, you know, like, what the fuck? You have to go online and look up all the specific details on each little package and be like, which one do I really want to get? Which is easy to do, I guess, if you have the patience to do that for all these fucking games. What baffles me even more, aside from the fact that this is an easy way to screw over a clueless consumer, which are many consumers who, maybe you're not getting it for yourself. Maybe you don't know enough about this shit. You're getting it for someone else. Maybe it just happens sometimes. And then people end up with a bunch of shit that's about this game that they don't even fucking have because it didn't come with the game. Anyone who's going to enjoy that shit is going to want the game. I understand that if those are like limited edition things, and they're like, right, that makes sense. But if it's limited edition stuff, why not then get the game with it? It's for people who are big fans and want to get the game with the stuff. I get the idea that I guess that it's for people who maybe play the game, they enjoy the game, they're like, shit, I want to get all this awesome shit because this game was awesome. But at that point, then why have it be like a limited edition thing that's gonna sell out like that? And why release it at launch or something, you know, or near that? Why not wait until like a lot later and then release that box of shit somewhere? Or, you know, have it an order basis, or like they have to order to get it and then they'll produce the shit once they get all the orders in by a certain time or something, you know, like why do they have to like make this a limited edition thing like that? People who are going to get that are going to want the game with it. If they're that big of a fan of the series or something, they're going to get that and they're going to get the game anyways. They're not going to want to buy the, you know, they're not going to want to buy the two things separately. They're going to want to buy all that shit and the game in the shit. But, like, that's probably why we haven't heard about this. That's the baffling part. It's like, the people who buy this shit, basically, are probably the people who are super fans who are just gonna eat up anything with that fucking name on it, with that logo, that whatever. They're gonna eat that shit right up. Whatever says Mass Effect, whatever says Call of Duty, whatever says Doom on it, whatever the thing is, whatever it is, fucking, I'm gonna take that shit, like, I'm gonna buy it. Because, you know, whatever, I can't help myself. I have no self-control. I don't really care if most of the shit is useless and stupid and doesn't have the fucking game in it, whatever. I just wanted the things because it had the logo on it that I liked. I liked the logo. It's a good logo. It's a good logo. I recognize brand. Ergo, I buy. I'm a simple man. I see a thing I understand or recognize or whatever, I'll buy it. I don't know. I don't always buy useless shit. But when I do, I make sure it has my brand name on it. You know, that kind of thing. And it's like, for someone who's actually a fan, I get it. It's fine. Whatever. You know, if you're happy with it, you're happy with it. I'm not like mad that you did it. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the people who are pushing this shit off on us. And then they're like, we're not even talking about this shit. This is apparently has been going on for like years now. It's been multiple like games doing this kind of thing, and because the people who got the stuff weren't going to complain about that sort of thing, we just didn't hear about it. We just did not hear about people yelling about this kind of shit. I guess I'm the only one who wanted to take a step further than, oh, I saw that and whatever. I'm not going to buy that. I'm one of the few people who is like, isn't this insane that they're still doing it in the first place? You know, obviously Jim Sterling was kind of like that because he did the whole video thing. And that's how I even knew about it. So you can watch his video. Not like I'm doing him major favors over here. You know, I'm nobody, but, you know, I mean, he makes fun of himself as being like, what, I think he says like a, whatever, D-list or something. He says some kind of list. He doesn't feel like he's a top list YouTuber. I understand. Man, if you're watching this, I get it. I see where you're coming from. Think how I feel. I'm not even on the lists. I don't even get it. They're like, I'm on the waiting list. Take it on the lettered list of YouTubers. That's where I am. And so if you get anybody from here, if any of you guys watching this go to his video, and I may or may not link in the description, we'll see what happens and what YouTube wants me to do. Make sure you leave a comment there. And you should talk about what's in the video. You should mention the stuff in his video if you liked it and whatever, and that kind of thing, because it's his fucking video. But you should leave a comment and be like, Sam brought me here. What's to do with Sam brought me here? And you know, I mean, he probably still won't watch. Because, me. But, you know, if you're watching, hi. And I don't know. So what's the deal with having editions of games that are gameless? They're like game editions that have games, but without them. I almost extra thing, and then I didn't, because I don't want to steal somebody's shtick, so I won't say that. I probably should edit this clip out. So if you're watching this, then I didn't. But pretend that I did. What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam?